All right, so we're gonna make a couple little videos off of one car today. We got this 2011 Cadillac DTS. You'll see there's a little puddle on the ground. That's irrelevant to what we're doing. I did a water pump previously on this and forgot to tighten a band clamp on one of the hoses, so I'll do that when I'm all done. But we are going to do brakes and we are going to do struts. So depending on which video you're on, you'll be seeing one of those two things. But it all starts the same, so I'm going to kind of do it at once and hopefully get somewhat of a coherent video out of this for both of those things. So step number one is going to be get your car in the air, support it. If you don't have a lift, which you probably don't, just put it on a jack stand. There's a jack point. It's marked underneath the bottom of the frame here. We're going to get the tire off. The lug nuts are 19 millimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot those off and then we'll get going. Right, here we are, tires off. We are ready to go onto the strut now. I want to reiterate, if you are here for the strut video, I'm filming two things at once here. You do not have to take off your rotor and caliper and everything else. All right, so when we get down to here, we're going to start off with two things. We got your little wheel speed sensor down here, right? It's got a tab on the bottom that you pull. So we're going to unplug this wheel speed sensor, if I can get my hand in there while holding a camera, just like that. And now it has a 10 millimeter bolt that goes into the strut holding this bracket there. So we're going to take that out and set it back here. And then we're also going to take out the 10 mil on this side and move this bracket with the brake line and just push it out of the way just to get this puppy freed up. So I got both lines disconnected out of the way. So now you can go about this in either order. We got two 24 millimeter nuts that need to come off here, and then these bolts need to come out, and we got three 15 millimeters, which I'm about to get up on a ladder, but should be right in this vicinity somewhere. I'm going to start with the three on the top, and then I'll take these two out at the bottom first. All right, I also want to mention real quick that I will have links in the description from Amazon. I'll also pop one up on the screen right here for strut assemblies. So if you are not in a hurry, you'd like to order those, save some money. It also helps us out. We get a little kickback. But yeah, I'm gonna start at the top. So I'm gonna grab my step ladder. We're gonna get over there. If you don't have a lift, obviously it's not that big of a deal. Just stand up, sit down, but I need a ladder. I'm gonna take these three out at the top and then we'll do this. And I'm gonna show you a little hint at the top up here. So let's go up there and we will figure it out. All right, so here we are on the top side. So what I'm gonna show you is you got three bolts. You got one here, and one up under here. I hope you can see that. I didn't bring a flashlight, but that's kind of under the cowl. So you kind of need a ratchet wrench or a regular wrench to get to it. So I'm gonna take this one out first, so that way it's not the one holding the load as it comes out last. And then we'll zip these two out with the impact and we'll be good to go. All right, here we are, all three of them are out. So we're gonna go back down to the bottom now. Now that we got the top undone, you got two 24 millimeter nuts here. So I already shot them loose. And you'll see there's Loctite on these bolts, so they're going to be pretty dang tight, but then they just come right off like that. Now these bolts have a splined shaft on them that go into your knuckle here. So because they're tapered on this end like this, you can just hit them with a hammer and push those out that way. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to beat these out with a hammer. I like to use a nice little heavy duty ended one, little 3-pounder, and we'll go ahead and tap these puppies out and then wiggle this strut assembly out of here. All right, here they are. We drove them most of the way out, so you'll see there's our little splines right there. So I'm going to work these out. I want to say, just make sure you watch your dust shield when you're hitting the lower one, because you may clip it and bend it in. You don't want it to hit your rotor. So just be careful of that. This top one needs one more little tap. So just like that. So now this is going to take two hands. I'm going to take these out, and I'm going to hold the strut here while I do that. Once I get those bolts out, then I will wiggle this out, and you can actually just drop it straight out the front side here. It's not very complicated, just kind of wiggle the puppy out. All right, here we are. It's out of there, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like I said, just hold on one side, pull the nut. Now, if you don't want to have to hold it up with one hand, you can do those two bolts first, and then take the three at the top, and it will actually pin itself when it drops. Then you just come down here and fish it out. You're not gonna cause any problems doing that, which is why I said the order doesn't really matter. But now I'm going to go into a little bit of a spiel. So you have your strut and you have your coil spring. The first thing I will have linked below will be an entire assembly. If you buy the assembly, it is much easier because the whole thing is complete, and right now you just go to stabbing the new one in. If you are short on money and you have some experience, I would recommend, because this is dangerous, you can buy just the strut for much cheaper and compress this spring and rebuild the entire strut assembly, which we're gonna go ahead and do now. I don't recommend that if you're paying somebody to do it. This is our friend Dave Livingston's car, super cool dude. So I don't actually charge him as much as I do random customers, because he's a friend, a very close friend of ours. So it's kind of net zero for him, but if you took it to a shop and you did the struts, the hours is like an additional 1.8 hours or something for compressing these springs to get them out. So it's probably going to cost you more, honestly, than just buying the strut assemblies. I don't recommend doing this if you can afford it, but if you want to do it, or you are really pinching pennies here, which I understand these days, then I'll go ahead and show you how I'm going to do this. There are cool things you can build, especially if you have a lift that I want to do. It's like a bracket you can build off of here. So you just drop the lift on it to compress the spring and then raise it to decompress it. But I don't have that now. So we're going to use the good old fashioned dual coil spring compressors. And we are going to struggle quite a bit. This part sucks. I don't really care who you are. It's never fun doing these springs unless you have a really nice setup to do it, which I do not have. So I'm gonna get these set up and then we'll pick back up there and I'll show you what it looks like when you compress them. All right, so here we are. First of all, I want to apologize about the bench. It's real messy, but if any of you have ever been here, you'll know that if there's a flat surface in this shop, people will cover it with shit like this. So is what it is. But here it is. This is our compression. So you'll see you work it one side at it slowly. You do a little bit on each side, alternating while you can compress it. It's extremely, you can't grab every coil, which is what makes it hard, essentially. So I went across these 3 coils here, and then I jumped up a coil there, fit it where I could. It should be compressed enough that I should be able to get the job done now. So this nut is a 24 millimeter. I'm going to shoot this off, and then the whole thing should come apart, and the spring will slide off, being held by these compressors, ready to slide on to the next strut. I want to reiterate again, this is dangerous. If you can afford it, I don't recommend it. But springs have a lot of force in them. So if this breaks and comes loose, it will injure you and or kill you. So be very careful. But I'm going to pop that off and I'm going to go ahead and move it over now. And make sure if you do this that you also get one of these nice kits. So this is like the rubbers and the doodads, because the replacement ones do not come with that. All right, here's one other thing that's worth mentioning. In my experience, it's about 50-50. So you'll see I got the nut off. It's right here on the ground, but I got some weird vice grips up here. So if the shaft starts to spin on you without the nut coming off, you can grab it with vice grips so you can still use an impact. Otherwise, you would have to use a wrench and a Torx bit to hold the end of the shaft here. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna use the impact. So we're just gonna vice grip it. This thing's trash anyway. If you're taking this apart and trying to save your strut, you obviously cannot do this. But if you are changing them, who cares? That's how we're doing that. And now this whole thing is ready to slide apart. So I have run into a small issue here, and I'm going to have to abandon this project and go pick up a strut assembly. So I noticed it didn't come with this rubber pad, but the rest of the kit came with all of the stuff I needed. I was getting ready to put the boot cover on, and I noticed, why is that so rusty? Well, that shouldn't be rusty. This is a new part from Monroe that Dave ordered in from the interwebs. We'll check this out. You should not be able to do that by hand that easily. Now it's kind of getting stuck in there, so we are not putting this together. You can return this. I do believe he ordered it on Rock Auto, and it is kind of a pain in the butt to return it there, but it is what it is, unfortunately. But if you've hit this point, all you do is, I'll show you, you put your rubber in here, right? You take your boot over, because it didn't come with a new boot. So your boot comes in, goes down, right? You get that puppy down situated. It also, the kit does not come with this spacer, which is also kind of worn out on his, so that's not good, but that's going to go there. Now you slide your spring down, make sure you get the bottom edge up against that one, and then the top piece actually can rotate when it's in place. How do I show this? So once this spring is in like this, this can rotate freely like this, so that orientation doesn't really matter. So you just kind of get your spring up on here, get it in, get your plate down. I don't want to put it all together because that part's like a wrestling match, but essentially you get that down on the spring, boom, put this on top, get your nut started, boom, shoot it down with the impact, and then you can tighten it with a wrench and a Torx just to make sure that it's nice and tight. Then you release your spring compressors slowly, one at a time, until they are loose and the spring is decompressed. Alas, this one is no good, so I'm going to take this back apart, get it boxed up so Mr. Dave can send it back, and I'm gonna go pick up a full strut assembly because I'm not buying another individual strut. All right, made it back from the auto parts store. We got our whole strut assembly. Look how much nicer that is. I'm just gonna slap that puppy right on in. So we are ready for reinstall. Hopefully you have the full strut. Didn't have to fight through that spring. I'm even mad I did half of it, but regardless. Also, it came to my attention that I had some stuff in my beard. So yeah, my bad, I ain't reshooting it. So here we go. It came with new bolts for the top side, so I've removed the old ones. I am gonna put a dabble of blue Loctite on these threads because I just feel comfortable about that. The original ones did not have that, but nah, it's not gonna hurt anything. It'll be extra safe. I'm gonna go ahead and stab it and Loctite up my bolts, and then I will pick up once it's kind of back in place. All right, while I was getting my bolts ready, I realized I forgot to mention, also make sure you clean your threads on the 2 big bolts and reapply blue Loctite on those, because those do have Loctite, so that is important. Even if you don't use it on the upper bolts, make sure you put new blue Loctite at least on the knuckle bolts. All right, so this side went a little differently. Had to put the top 3 in to get these ones going. And did you loosen that sway bar link?
You know what?
Did you loosen the sway bar link?
No.
This doofus showed up and just started doing things.
I just pulled on it really hard.
Yeah, so we had to pull down real hard. So with the new strut on the other side, it made this sway bar link hold this up just a little too high. So you had to just pull on it heavily to get it down. We got that pin in. You shoved a ratchet through this upper hole. So now I'll pull this ratchet out and get this top pin in, and then I will drive this in with a hammer until they are flush and we can shoot the nuts down. All right, interesting tidbit here. So you can see I started to put these 2 bolts in. If you remember, old guy ran over here and helped me, which was cool. You know, he's just trying to give me a helping hand while he also needed my help. He stuck that in while I was buttoning up the top bolts. And I didn't realize he put them in backwards. So I stuck that one in the same way he had that one. It's the wrong way. If you remember, we beat them out this way, so they need to go in this way. The splines are on this side, not on this side. So I gotta pop these back out real quick and flip them around. So make sure you orientate the bolts correctly. All right, there it is. I just knocked that hammer down and almost hit myself in the foot. So we're tightened up. I put some fresh Loctite on it because we went through twice on each side. It looked like it wiped it off a little bit. So our ABS 10 mils back in, ABS is plugged back in. Don't forget the brake copper line. I'm moving on to the brakes now, but don't forget that 10 mil bolt, and then there you have it. Hit that thumbs up button if this video hits you out, and subscribe if you want to see more like this Dodge rebuild or the Mercedes 220 diesel or the